Darkness Descends, Guardian. Welcome to House Umbral. Today I have a Strand Hunter build that will have you feeling like the biggest and baddest ninja in all of Seoul. So with the launch of Season 22, Destiny added a new aspect called Whirling Maelstrom. When you destroy a tangle, it will weave into a violent, writhing mass of strand fibers that look like a Rasen Shuriken. People are calling it a Beyblade, but us anime nerds, it's a Rasen Shuriken. Shout out to my boy Naruto. So we're gonna be diving into this ninja fantasy, and I gotta be honest, this is the most fun I've had on Strand Hunter. Originally with the launch, they encouraged us to use grapple hooks and sling, web swing all around, but that doesn't really work in endgame content. This, on the other hand, this will absolutely work in endgame content because you'll be playing from cover, playing more strategic, and not leaving yourself out there for free damage. So anyway, let's get into the build. To dive further into the ninja fantasy, we will be using Threaded Spectre. Activating your class ability leaves behind a shadow clone. So we got Rasengans and we got shadow clones, baby. The shadow clone, after it's destroyed, it will release threadlings and it'll hold some enemies' attentions. And I've tested it out, man. It's actually very useful in endgame content. It holds a lot of attention from a lot of enemies at once. It gives you a quick opportunity to escape if you got some bad positioning. Create as many tangles as possible, right? Because that's what Whirling Maelstrom is. You destroy a tangle. You don't have to pick it up. You can shoot it from a distance, or you could go pick it up and throw it. But the cool thing is tangles spawn from several factors. Sever, when a target is severed and they unwind into a tangle, or also unraveling. Unravel targets unwind into a tangle. So you have two sources of tangles just free in your subclass. But the cool thing with Hunter, your ninja, your Threaded Spike or your kunai, right? Even more ninja stuff, it severs everything it hits. So as soon as you just kill something after you hit it with your melee, you get a free tangle. Then you could shoot it and get your Rasen Shuriken, or you could pick it up and throw it. So you will never, ever run out of tangles. You're going to realize quickly playing this build that you're going to hit the timer. There's actually a cooldown on tangles in between when they can spawn. And it's kind of annoying. I really wish that didn't exist, but it would be way too egregious if you just kept spawning them. So with that in mind, since we have Severed baked into the Hunter subclass, we could build our fragments around other aspects of Strand. Some of you might be asking why not use Suspend or Widow Silk for a bonus grenade. But the Strand grenades are pretty bad. Gotta be honest, Suspend was the best one, the Shackle, and they nerfed the hell out of Suspend. And that also answers why we're not using Ensnaring Slam. Suspend is just dead now. They nerfed it to the grave, and I personally don't like that they did that, but they didn't know what to do because Suspend made stasis essentially pointless. I personally believe Strand was fundamentally flawed from launch because the grapple just wasn't good enough. But now we have a build that is good enough. So for my fragments, we're rocking Thread of Warding. Picking up an Orb of Power grants you Woven Mail. You'll quickly see that we're not rocking the the Hunter exotic that gives you the Woven Mail. So we need a way to get Woven Mail. Woven Mail is one of the best aspects of Strand. It's a 40% damage reduction or 30%, something like that. And to get it on Orb of Power, that's so easy. You're going to be making tons of orbs with your own build plus your teammate. So this is a must pick on almost any PvE Strand build. Next, we're rocking Thread of Propagation. Powered melee final blows grants your weapons unraveling rounds. So we're building into this. You're going to be using Threaded Spike a lot. It's very powerful, and when you catch it, you get bonus melee energy. So it's almost never down. And then also, it counts as a powered melee kill. So you get your unraveling rounds for your weapons, which then could give you another tangle. So you could throw your kunai, get a kill, get your tangle, throw it, get unraveling rounds, kill something else, get another tangle. The cycle continues. So it's pretty beast mode. Next, we're actually going to build into threadlings. With the Shadow Clone, after the Shadow Clone is destroyed, you get a bunch of threadlings spawn in. And we're buffing them up. Threadlings got a 30% damage buff in PvE. So we're going to take advantage of that. And it's just free damage just from passively playing. you know, so threadlings travel further, they deal more damage, and just using your class ability, you get threadlings every time. So it's pretty nice. I'm actually rocking the threadling grenade. This part is up to you. If you want to use shackle for a little bit of suspend, I personally don't recommend it because it's really not that useful. It could be good if you want to stun unstoppable champions, maybe doing GMs and you just want to be able to stun everything yourself. I can see that, but anything where you're not trying to do that, I'm rocking threadlings. I'm building into this ninja shadow clone minion spawning fantasy where I stand back and I let my strand weaves kill everything, and it's very fun to play. And then finally, we're rocking Thread of Fury, damaging targets with a tangle. Obviously, give you melee energy, which feeds you right back. So the gameplay loop is you throw your kunai dart, you sever a bunch of enemies, you catch your kunai dart, you kill a bunch of enemies, you spawn your tangle, shoot it or pick it up, throw it. Then you have unraveling rounds, you kill something else, you get another tangle, and the cycle continues. You pop a dodge, you get some threadlings, you throw a threadling grenade. It's madness. It's absolutely madness, and it's so much fun. It's the most fun I've had on Strand Hunter. So the exotic we are pairing this with is actually Foe Tracer. Foe Tracer got a rework this season, and it reads, damaging a powerful combatant or guardian with an ability grants you a temporary bonus to weapon damage matching your subclass. Defeating that target with a weapon matching the damage type of your subclass creates an elemental pickup. So in other words, for Strand, this creates a tangle. So you already see you have 3 ways to make tangles. You're gonna make so many that you're gonna reach the time limit, and you're gonna be like, damn, where's my tangle at? Because you're just gonna be making so many. You're just gonna be seeing Rasen shurikens just spinning around, killing enemies while you're just playing, because there's just so many of them on the map. It's insane. And the temporary damage boost is actually at times for surge mod. So it's, what is it, 22%, 25%, whatever the number is, buff to your strand weapons. That's just for free. You hit your melee, you do a class or you do an ability damage with your melee, and then you kill the target, you get your tangle, and you're doing bonus damage just for throwing your melee. Damaging a powerful combatant with an ability gets a temporary bonus to weapon damage. That's insane. Just for throwing your melee, you get a 25% buff to strand. Nutty. So guns, I'm rocking the new Tessellation just to be strand head to toe, but you really have numerous options here. We could show you a few. You could go, obviously, Quicksilver Storm. This weapon's goated, extremely powerful in PvE after the auto rifle buff. As long as you have the catalyst and you make use of that grenade launcher, it does insane damage. Another option, obviously, Rufus Fury. This is the Root of Nightmares raid auto rifle. If you don't do raids, there's also the Perpetualis from Season of Defiance. I can rip it right here for you. I just want to show you all the options in the game. There's also Perpetualis from Season of Defiance. You can still get this if you would like. There's a strand option, but I recommend you do a raid and you get Rufus Fury. If you're new to raiding and you're not sure how to get a group, I have a video on how to get groups. Check the link below, but it's definitely worth grinding around to get this. Another option is Round Robin. Round Robin is the Neomuna Strand 120 hand cannon. After Season 22's launch, Bungie made it so after doing your weekly story mission on Neptune, you get guaranteed red borders every week. So you just come in here and you hit your weekly mission, and it's a guaranteed red border. And there's only 3 guns you can get that from Neomuna that are red border: the fusion rifle, the hand cannon, and the I believe it's a sniper rifle, or no, the pulse rifle. No, I think you could craft a sniper as well, right? Vilotatic. Yeah, so it might be 4, but the point is, there's not many guns. So you probably already have quite a few red borders for Round Robin. But also, with the launch of Season of the Witch, we got a new strand option in Kept Confidence. There's a strand hand cannon. I don't have it crafted yet. People are saying it's very good. I'm sure it gets hatchling and all this strand doodads. So point is, there are plenty of strand options. I personally would recommend Quicksilver Storm. It is by far the strongest strand option if you're wanting to play into that fantasy, or Rufus Fury. Mine's an adept, and I could play into other Strand options. As for heavy weapons, there aren't many, but Circular Logic from Neomuna, the grenade launcher from Ron, and also the new rocket launcher is also Strand rocket launcher. Very good rocket, actually. I haven't got the God roll yet, but it has some good perk options. And yeah, so really, you just want to take advantage of the Strand buff from Foe Tracer and just keep destroying the tangles, keep the madness and the fantasy going. Always catch your rope darts. There's a trick to catching your rope dart that a lot of people don't know. After you throw your rope dart, if you look in the bottom left, you will see it flash when it's on its way. You don't need to look and try and visually see the knife coming back to you. If you just watch your melee, it'll flash. You just click it when it flashes, and you'll catch it every time. And just refresh your melee if you hit enough enemies. And that's really the logic here. The weapons are up to you. I recommend a Strand primary. You can do a Strand heavy weapon for the bonus damage. You got a grenade launcher, a rocket, and then whatever special weapon you prefer. To dive into the mods, this is really up to you, but I would suggest that you rock Strand Siphon, obviously, because you're going to be doing a whole lot of Strand kills, and you want to be spawning orbs. Hands-on, because you're going to be using a rope dart often, very often. So I have obviously all of the melee supporting mods: heavy-handed to create orbs, impact induction to get my grenade faster, class ability when I get melee kills, that class energy turns into threadlings and the cycle continues. Everything else, chest pieces, depending on what you're doing. Legs, you can do a Strand surge. You don't really need this because the helmet will give you 4 times, and it does, I'm pretty sure it doesn't stack. Well, so you could run this for a different, whatever other weapon you're running. I luckily was Strand head to toe, so I was wearing this, but choice is yours. And then for class, obviously Reaper is good one-time dilation to extend any surge you might be wearing. Really, mods are up to you. I can't really tell you what mods to run. It's very particular to the type of content you're doing, but that's the build. It is very, very fun, very exciting, and the most fun I've had on Strand Hunter. I've been using it with Tessellation. Tessellation is fun. It's kind of gimmicky to have all Strand head to toe, but it's fun. And I'm not using my grenade too often here because Tangle basically acts like a grenade. So with Tessellation, you can consume your grenade and get an explosion, and it synergizes very well. And that's that. Here is the fit. I was trying to go for my best attempt at a ninja. You guys let me know how I did in the comments if you're feeling it. I think it's pretty good. Every build guide I do, I'll try and make an outfit to match. And you guys can rate the drip in the chat or in the comments. Yeah, I think I nailed it, bro. I think I nailed it. This helmet is so damn ugly. There's nothing. I'm sorry. I know it's Foe Tracer. It's a good perk now because it has monochromatic maestro now, but damn, this thing is ugly. This is one of the ugliest items in the game. Holy shit. Anyway, that's all for the video. House Umbral is growing. We are recruiting members for our clan. If you are interested, leave a comment down below. Get in our Discord, and I'll catch you in game. Nizzy out. Peace.